what really happens to your body when you keep waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning, rushing half asleep to the bathroom night after night. At first, it feels like nothing more than an inconvenience, but over time, broken sleep quietly damages memory, raises blood pressure, and makes you far more likely to trip or fall in the dark. Doctors warn that repeated sleep interruptions can even shorten life expectancy in adults over 60. Today, I'm going to show you a surprisingly simple method that may help you break this cycle. No pills, no expensive machines, no difficult exercises. Just three gentle pressure points on the body, pressed for a few minutes before bed. For thousands of seniors across the world, these points have helped calm the bladder, relax the nerves, and restore the kind of deep healing rest they thought was gone forever. Before we begin, I'd like to hear your thoughts. Where are you watching this video? What time are you watching it? Please leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. And if you find this video useful, please like and subscribe so you never miss another simple tip made especially for older adults. Stay with me because in just a moment, you will learn exactly where these 3 points are and how pressing them could change your nights completely. Why so many older adults struggle with nighttime, urination and lost sleep. As the body ages, a quiet shift begins deep inside, often without us noticing until it disrupts our nights. The production of a hormone called vasopressin, which helps the kidneys slow urine output while we sleep, gradually decreases. Without enough of this hormone, the kidneys keep filtering fluids through the night, filling the bladder more quickly than before. At the same time, the bladder itself becomes more sensitive, sending strong signals to the brain even when it holds only a small amount. And with the kidneys working more slowly, the balance of fluids takes longer to adjust, which means even modest evening drinking can disturb rest. In daily life, this science shows up in familiar ways. In many American households, seniors enjoy a tall glass of water or even a diet soda, with dinner believing hydration is always a virtue. In India, the habit may look different, but the result is the same with a warm cup of chai after sunset or a bowl of thin soup before bed, quietly adding to the bladder's load. At first, these routines seem harmless, even comforting, yet they slowly push the kidneys into nighttime overdrive. What feels like a small indulgence ends up stealing the deep rest that both body and mind urgently need. The cost of these broken nights is heavier than most people realize. Poor sleep leads to daytime fatigue, cloudy memory, and slower reaction times. For older adults, that combination makes simple tasks riskier, from climbing stairs to walking across a dark hallway. Studies show that repeated interruptions increase the risk of falls, raise blood pressure, and erode the body's natural repair cycles. What seems like nothing more than a bathroom trip is, in truth, a quiet thief of strength, balance, and independence. Still, this is not a sentence you must accept. While many believe nighttime urination is just part of aging, traditions of acupressure, yoga, and mindful routines suggest otherwise. With small adjustments in daily habits and gentle techniques passed down through generations, older adults can often reclaim peaceful sleep. So rather than resigning yourself to restless nights, you can learn simple steps that ease the bladder, calm the mind, and restore the gift of uninterrupted rest. Introducing the gentle practice of acupressure. Acupressure is one of those quiet practices that seems almost too simple to make a difference, yet its roots stretch back thousands of years. At its core, acupressure involves using your own hands or sometimes a smooth tool to gently press specific points on the body believed to connect with pathways of energy. For older adults struggling with restless nights, these points are often linked with calming the bladder, soothing the nervous system, and preparing the body for deeper rest. Unlike pills or complicated devices, acupressure can be practiced at home without cost and in just a few minutes before bed. When we look at health traditions across cultures, we can see familiar patterns even in very different places. In the United States, many seniors rely on physical therapy massage or chiropractic care to relieve aches, improve circulation, and restore balance. In India, the wisdom of Ayurveda and the mindful discipline of yoga have long offered natural ways to align body and mind. Acupressure serves as a bridge between these worlds. It combines the hands-on comfort that American elders trust with the holistic awareness that Indian traditions value, offering a method that feels both ancient and refreshingly practical. Science now gives us another reason to pay attention. Pressing certain points on the body stimulates nerve endings just beneath the skin, sending signals to the brain that influence how the body functions. For the bladder, this can mean calmer nerves, smoother muscle relaxation, and fewer urgent messages during the night. Gentle pressure also encourages better blood flow, helping the kidneys and other organs work with less strain. Instead of viewing acupressure as mysterious, we can see it as a natural way of reminding the body how to restore balance using the touch of our own hands as a quiet guide. It is important to remember, though, that no practice must be followed with blind faith. Think of acupressure as an experiment, a gentle tool worth trying for 3 days to see if your body responds. You may find that the nights grow quieter, the bathroom trips fewer, and the mornings brighter with energy you thought was lost. And if it does not change everything right away, you have lost nothing but a few minutes of calm breathing before bed. Sometimes hope arrives not in sweeping cures, but in small, steady practices that slowly return peace to both body and mind. Bladder point number 1. The lower back. Power of bladder 23. The first point we will explore sits quietly in the lower back, right at the level of the waistline, about 1.5 inches from the spine on each side. If you place your hands on your hips and trace your thumbs toward the spine, you will find this area often a little tender for older adults. In both Chinese medicine and modern practice, this spot is known as bladder 23, a point deeply connected with the kidneys, the adrenal system, and overall energy. For many seniors, this area often feels stiff or sore after sitting too long or bending forward, yet it also holds the key to calming the bladder's restless signals during the night. To activate this point, you do not need any complicated equipment or training. You can simply use your own fingers, applying steady but gentle pressure on each side for about 1 to 2 minutes. Some people prefer to use the rounded end of a wooden spoon or even a small massage ball pressed against a chair or wall. The important thing is consistency rather than force. Gentle, steady pressure combined with slow breathing before bed often works better than pushing too hard. Think of it as telling the body, it is time to rest, not to rush. Done nightly, this small ritual can prepare the lower back kidneys and bladder for a calmer night ahead. The benefits of this point are not just about urination, but about restoring balance where the body quietly struggles. Pressing bladder 23 reduces lower back tension, which many older adults carry from years of daily chores, lifting, or simply long hours of sitting. It gently warms the kidney area, which traditional medicine associates with vitality and resilience, while modern science links it to improved circulation and nerve relaxation. For those waking multiple times each night, the calming of these nerves can reduce the false alarms that make the bladder seem fuller than it really is. Over time, the result is fewer interruptions, deeper cycles of rest and mornings that feel less heavy and more alert. Let me share the story of Robert, a 72-year-old from Texas who had nearly given up on the idea of uninterrupted sleep. For years, he rose 2 or 3 times a night, telling himself it was just part of aging. His wife worried about him shuffling through the dark hallway, afraid he might trip on the rug or lose his balance. After hearing about Bladder 23, he decided to try it for himself. Each evening, while sitting in his recliner, he leaned back against a small rubber ball placed at the level of his waist and breathed slowly for a couple of minutes. To his surprise, within just a week, he noticed a profound change. He slept 6, sometimes 7 straight hours, waking up, rested in a way he had not felt in years. With a smile, he told his daughter, "I thought my nights were gone forever, but it turns out they were just waiting for me to press the right button." For seniors in both America and India, this simple practice is more than a technique. It is a reminder that the body, even when older, still listens and responds when cared for with patience and attention. And perhaps the greatest comfort is knowing that peaceful nights can return, not through stronger pills, but through gentle pressure and renewed hope. Bladder point number 2. Unlocking relief with bladder 28. The second point we focus on is known as bladder 28, resting quietly just above the sacrum at the level of the hips. If you place your hands on your waist and slowly move them down toward the top of the buttocks, you will discover the area where this point lies. For many older adults, this region often feels stiff, especially after long hours of sitting or standing. It is an area closely linked to the bladder's function, and gently stimulating it can help release the hidden tension that keeps the bladder overactive during the night. Unlike complicated routines, locating this point requires no special equipment, just awareness of where your own body holds pressure. Once you find the right spot, the method is surprisingly simple. Sit in a comfortable chair or lie flat on your back and use the pads of your fingers to press or rub the area with gentle circular motions. Spend about 1 minute on each side, breathing slowly as you do so. If reaching this area with your hands feels awkward, you can use a small cushion or massage ball, placing it between your back and the chair for light pressure. The key is consistency, repeating the practice each evening before bed, so that the body begins to associate the routine with relaxation. Think of it as a bedtime signal, whispering to your bladder that it is safe to remain calm until morning. The benefits of bladder 28 reach beyond a single night. Gentle pressure here helps the bladder muscles relax, which improves the smooth flow of urine and reduces the false urgency that wakes you too soon. Seniors often describe feeling less tightness in the lower back and hips, which allows them to settle into bed without restlessness. By easing the bladder's sensitivity, this practice decreases the number of times you need to get up at night. Over time, fewer bathroom trips mean longer cycles of deep sleep, which restore memory balance and the energy so easily lost with age. For many, the result is not only better sleep, but also more confidence moving through the day without the fog of exhaustion. Lakshmi, a 70-year-old grandmother from Chennai, who once believed that waking 3 times each night was simply her fate. She worried about her health, but she also feared being a burden on her children, who often scolded her for walking in the dark house. After learning about Bladder 28, she began pressing the point gently each night before lying down. Within a week, she noticed she was waking only once, and sometimes not at all. The joy in her voice was unmistakable when she told a neighbor, "I never thought I would sleep 5 hours straight again, but now I feel like myself." Her story is echoed in homes across both America and India, reminding us that even small changes can bring back dignity and peace. For older adults everywhere, Bladder 28 is more than a pressure point. It is a simple reminder that the body still responds when cared for with patience. By giving just 2 minutes of gentle attention to this area each evening, you may rediscover the gift of unbroken rest, and with it, a brighter morning waiting to welcome you. Bladder point number 3. The healing calm of the kidney point. The third point we explore is found not on the back or hips, but on the sole of the foot in a small hollow just below the ball of the big toe. This area, known as kidney 1 in traditional practice, is considered one of the most grounding points in the body. To find it, sit comfortably, place one ankle over the opposite knee and trace your thumb downward from the base of your big toe until it falls naturally into a soft depression. For many older adults, this spot is surprisingly tender, reflecting both the wear of years and the hidden tension carried silently by the nervous system. Though it may seem distant from the bladder, stimulating this point connects directly to energy pathways that influence rest, relaxation, and nighttime balance. Once you have located the point, the practice itself is gentle and easy to adopt. Using your thumb, apply firm but comfortable pressure for about 30 seconds, then release slowly. Repeat this process 3 times for each foot, moving with a steady rhythm and allowing the breath to stay calm and even. Some people prefer to use a smooth wooden stick or rounded tool instead of their thumbs, especially if hand strength is limited. The goal is not to push hard, but to engage the point with awareness and care. Sending a quiet message through the body, it is time to relax. Practiced each night before bed, this small ritual becomes a signal for the mind and body to prepare for deeper, uninterrupted sleep. The benefits of the kidney point extend beyond the foot itself. Gentle stimulation here has been shown to calm the nervous system, reducing the anxious signals that often keep older adults awake even after the bladder is emptied. It also encourages hormonal balance, which supports the natural production of melatonin and vasopressin, two hormones vital for sleep and nighttime fluid control. Many seniors notice not only fewer bathroom trips, but also a sense of inner calm, as if the body has been reminded how to let go of stress. For those living with hidden worries about health, family, or independence, this calming effect can be just as valuable as the physical relief. With consistency, pressing this point helps the body reclaim long stretches of restful, healing sleep. Consider the experience of Margaret, a 75-year-old grandmother living in Florida who had resigned herself to waking 3 times each night. She often told her daughter that her nights felt broken and her mornings were filled with heaviness she could not shake. After learning about the kidney point, she began pressing the spot each evening while sitting in her favorite chair, letting her feet rest in warm water before gently applying pressure. Within 2 weeks, she was astonished to find herself sleeping through the night, waking only once or not at all. She told her church group with tears in her eyes, "I feel like I have been given back my nights, and with them my mornings feel brighter than they have in years." Her story reminds us that even in later life, simple practices can return a sense of control, dignity, and quiet joy. The kidney point offers more than physical comfort. It carries the reassuring message that your body can still respond to gentle care, that healing does not always come from stronger medicines, but sometimes from mindful attention to the smallest of details. By adding this 2-minute practice to your nightly routine, you may discover that peace and rest are not beyond reach, but waiting just beneath your own feet. How to practice the 3 points together for peaceful sleep. To bring the full benefit of these pressure points, it helps to practice them in a calm sequence, moving slowly from top to bottom. Begin with the lower back at bladder 23 using your thumbs or a small ball to apply steady pressure for 1 to 2 minutes on each side. This step eases the tension in your back and prepares the kidneys for rest. Next, shift to bladder 28 near the hips, pressing gently or using circular motions for about a minute on each side. This allows the bladder muscles to relax and reduces the false urges that so often disturb the night. Finally, finish with the kidney point on the sole of the foot, pressing for 30 seconds at a time, 3 rounds per foot. This grounding practice helps the nervous system calm and signals to the body that it is safe to remain at rest. In total, the entire routine takes less than 10 minutes, yet prepares the body for hours of peaceful sleep. When you are ready to try, set aside a quiet moment about 15 minutes before bedtime when the house has settled and the lights are low. Choose a comfortable chair or your bed and let your breathing grow slow and steady as you work through the points. Many older adults find that pairing the practice with a short prayer, gentle music, or simple deep breathing adds to the calming effect. Imagine it as creating a personal bedtime ritual, one that not only relaxes your body but also reassures your mind that the night ahead will be safe and undisturbed. Even if you cannot reach every point perfectly, the act of slowing down and giving attention to your body creates a sense of peace that carries into your sleep. It is important, though, to treat acupressure as a supportive practice rather than a replacement for medical care. If you live with diabetes, kidney disease, heart conditions, or take medications that affect urination, consult your doctor before beginning. This guidance is especially true if you notice sudden changes in bladder habits, pain, or swelling. Acupressure can bring comfort, but it should walk hand in hand with the advice of your healthcare team. Think of it as adding a gentle layer of support, not as abandoning the tools your doctor has given you. By approaching it wisely and respectfully, you protect your health while giving yourself the chance to reclaim the deep rest your body still longs for. And for many seniors, that balance between caution and hope is what finally restores confidence that their nights can once again be peaceful. Common mistakes that make acupressure less effective. One of the first mistakes older adults sometimes make is pressing too hard. thinking more pressure will bring faster results. In reality, acupressure is meant to be gentle, and pressing with too much force can strain muscles or leave the back and feet sore. The body responds better to steady, calm pressure combined with relaxed breathing, almost like a soothing conversation rather than a command. Treat the practice with patience, and your body is more likely to listen and respond. Another mistake is starting the routine with excitement, then giving up after just a day or two when immediate results do not appear. Healing through gentle practices often takes repetition, much like watering a plant or walking daily for strength. A few minutes each night builds momentum, and the body slowly learns to calm itself in response. Skipping days or stopping too soon breaks that rhythm, and the results never fully arrive. Consistency is the bridge that carries small habits into lasting benefits. A third mistake comes from mixing good intentions with poor timing, especially drinking large amounts of water or tea in the evening while doing acupressure. Even if the pressure points are activated correctly, extra fluids before bed will still push the bladder into overwork. Many seniors in both America and India share that they felt disappointed when the practice seemed ineffective, only to discover later that their evening drinks were the true culprit. Balancing hydration earlier in the day makes the nighttime routine far more successful. Finally, some give up too quickly because they do not combine acupressure with other healthy sleep habits such as going to bed at the same hour or creating a calm environment. Without this structure, the body receives mixed signals and the benefits are weaker. Think of acupressure as one piece of a larger puzzle, fitting together with quiet evenings, dimmed lights, and steady routines. When practiced in harmony, these small steps create nights of deeper rest and mornings filled with renewed strength. Additional tips to support better sleep. One of the most effective steps for reducing nighttime urination is adjusting how you drink water throughout the day. Aim to consume most of your fluids between morning and late afternoon, giving your kidneys time to process the liquid while your body is active. After 7 p.m., gradually taper down, sipping only small amounts if your mouth feels dry or you need water with evening medication. Many older adults in America and India have noticed that simply shifting their hydration earlier in the day allows the bladder to remain calmer through the night. Your evening meal can also make a big difference. Choose lighter dinners focusing on easily digested foods and limit soups, milk or watery fruits like watermelon or oranges close to bedtime. These foods add extra fluid or acidity that quietly irritate the bladder during sleep. Seniors often find that replacing heavy dinners with smaller portions, perhaps steamed vegetables, rice, or a small bowl of lentils, helps them rest more comfortably. Even in households where late night tea or dessert is a tradition, moving those habits earlier in the evening can transform the night into a more peaceful stretch of rest. The bedroom environment matters too. Research shows that cooler rooms between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit encourage deeper, more stable sleep. For older adults, heavy blankets or synthetic fabrics can trap heat, leading to sweating and restlessness. Instead, choose lightweight cotton sleepwear and breathable bedding that allows the body to regulate temperature naturally. Something as simple as switching from flannel to cotton pajamas has brought relief for many, reducing the urge to wake up thirsty or overheated in the middle of the night. Finally, give your body and mind gentle cues that it is time to rest. Listening to soft instrumental music, practicing slow breathing, or spending 5 quiet minutes in gratitude before bed helps calm the nervous system. Some older adults keep a small relaxation routine, such as sitting by the window, inhaling deeply, and exhaling slowly, letting the day's worries slip away. By combining these practices with acupressure, you are creating not just a physical routine, but an emotional signal of safety and calm. This blend of habits reassures the body that it is ready for deep, uninterrupted sleep. We have now walked together through three simple acupressure points that may help older adults find relief from restless nights. Each point is easy to locate, safe to practice, and requires only a few minutes before bed. Whether you begin with the lower back, the hips, or the sole of the foot, these small actions can signal to your body that it is time to rest. For many seniors in both America and India, this gentle practice has opened the door to longer, deeper, and more peaceful sleep. Still, it is important to remember that this information is shared for guidance and learning, not as a replacement for professional medical care. If you are living with chronic conditions like diabetes, kidney problems, or heart disease, always speak with your doctor before making changes. Acupressure can be a supportive tool, but it should stand alongside your prescribed treatments, not in place of them. Think of it as one more gentle ally in your journey toward healthier nights and brighter mornings. I encourage you to give this practice an honest try. Commit to just 3 nights in a row, pressing the points in order and observing how your body responds. If you notice a difference, even fewer bathroom trips, or a calmer mind, share your experience in the comments. Simply type the word hope, and you may inspire someone else who is silently struggling with the same challenges. Together, our small stories create a community of encouragement and resilience. And as we close, let me leave you with this blessing. May your nights be peaceful and your mornings full of energy. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel, tap the notification bell, and share it with friends or family who might benefit. Sometimes the most powerful gifts come not from medicine alone, but from gentle practices shared with love and passed from one caring hand to another.